To touch on something about Arsenal, because one day ago, basically yesterday, last night, I was sharing with you about the situation of a defender, Jakub Kiwior, because we know that Kiwior could be on his way out of Arsenal, but only in case an important proposal arrives. Because Arsenal already rejected the proposal from Portugal. Mikel Arteta loves the player. He's also a big fan of the mentality of Kiwior. Always serious, always professional, so it's not going to be an easy one. But in case Kiwior goes, in case Zinchenko goes, Arsenal would add a new defender to the squad. That's guaranteed. So if one leaves, one would enter. Also, guys, one of the players they love is Jeremy Jacquet, defender from Rennes. I'm told that Arsenal made contact already with people close to the player, and with Rennes, the answer from the French club was, sorry, but the player this summer is untouchable. He extended his contract at the end of May. He's a crucial player for Rennes. They don't want to sell this summer. Arsenal will keep monitoring this boy. Andrea Berta will be on it also for the future. Could be one to watch for 2026, but for sure, this is one to watch for the future. Jacquet from Rennes, because Arsenal tried to understand the situation, but Rennes want to keep the player for this summer transfer window. Strikers, guys, strikers, the main topic for the next days and weeks. Let me start saying that what I told you in the last 2-3 days about Darwin Nunez is now being reported everywhere. So Al Hilal presented their project and their proposal to Darwin Nunez. I'm also told that Simone Inzaghi, Al Hilal manager, is fully involved in the story. Inzaghi would love to have Darwin Nunez in the squad. Liverpool and Al Hilal spoke to have this authorization for Al Hilal to speak to Darwin Nunez and his representatives. Now what happens? Liverpool are still waiting for a formal bid, but I don't think the agreement between the two clubs is going to be a problem. The real point is to see if Al Hilal can reach an agreement with Darwin Nunez on the contract. So, talks ongoing, Darwin, Al Hilal, yes. Saying that it's already agreed, Al Hilal, Darwin, on the contract, not yet. Let them work. The contacts have started, discussions ongoing, let's wait for the next steps. For sure, Al Hilal are trying for Darwin Nunez, and obviously that would be important for Liverpool to generate more money, to create more income on the player after Luis Diaz and more. So for Liverpool would be an important step for a player who is fully expected to leave the club this summer. Benjamin Sesko, guys, many questions I saw also under the last video I produced earlier today. Guys, on Sesko, we have to be patient. Today is still no decision from the player, but the agent remains in Leipzig. So the agent is still in Leipzig, arrived yesterday, still there to talk with the club, to talk directly with the player, and to arrive to a decision as soon as possible. For sure, this story won't take super long. Some of you ask me maybe if it will go to deadline day or something like that. I don't think so at all. I think very soon Sesko will make a decision. His agent is there. Sesko is speaking also with his family. Manchester United are still trying. Manchester United is still told Red Bull Leipzig that they are prepared to bid. Newcastle already bid, and Newcastle remain there, ready to pay in case Sesko decides to join them. So the situation for Sesko remains in this stage. Remember what I keep telling you. It's the player who's going to make the difference in this transfer. All the reports, bid here, bid there, bid accepted, bid rejected, new bid, former bid. What's important in this story is to see what the player decides to do. And the player, as of tonight, is still waiting between Man United and Newcastle, with different projects, different vision, different money, different financial situation, different European competition, different history, several things to consider. Sesko is taking his time about that. So that's the important point of the story, waiting for Benjamin Sesko to decide. What I wanted to add, guys, is also on Xavi Simons. Today, when Chelsea announced Jorel Hato, in the comments there was Xavi Simons reacting. His friend of Jorel Hato, obviously these are two Dutch players, they know each other so well, so it's quite normal. At the same time, Xavi Simons keeps sending messages, because on Friday he was obviously deleting the name of Red Bull Leipzig from his Instagram biography. Then on Saturday, not training with the squad, not playing the friendly game, not in the squad. Today, commenting there, Xavi Simons is sending his messages. Remember what I told you in the video on Friday. This is not something normal. He's doing that to send messages. Xavi Simons wants to go to Chelsea. Xavi Simons wants to give total priority to Chelsea. Xavi Simons wants to make his move as soon as possible. So Xavi Simons is starting to enter in the moment where he says, okay, I've been waiting for weeks. Now I want this transfer to happen. This is the feeling the player wants to go. He made clear again to Red Bull Leipzig over the weekend that there is no chance for them to keep him in terms of extending his contract, 2 years left. But Xavi Simons already in January, when Leipzig signed the player on a permanent transfer from Paris Saint-Germain as part of a larger agreement, already made clear that in the summer he wanted to leave, he wanted to go. And now, Chelsea are creating space, as I told you, with all these players leaving. Tyreek George will probably leave on permanent transfer. We know about João Felix, we know about all the rest. Sterling expected to go, Broja to Burnley, Guiu to Sunderland, and much more. So Xavi Simons is pushing and pushing because he wants to make his move as soon as possible. At the moment, still no agreement between the two clubs, but conversations ongoing. And don't forget the factor Tyreek George, because in a separate deal, Chelsea and Leipzig are also talking about this talent who can be on his way out of Chelsea this summer.